dedicating 5 whole years of your life to a revolutionary network like Pi, only to realize that someone who just joined yesterday could potentially buy more coins than you've mined over all that time with just $10. How fair is that? Today, we're diving into a burning question that's on every Pi pioneer's mind. How will Pi Network reward its earliest supporters while ensuring fairness as we approach the open mainnet? Stay tuned because this conversation could change the way you see the future of Pi Network. What do you think is the fairest way to reward early pioneers versus late joiners? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check out my previous videos for the latest Pi Network updates. Link in the description. Type Pi Network to the moon along with your country name in the comments. Let's show the world how global our Pi family really is. If you love these updates, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us bring you more exclusive Pi Network insights. Remember, this video is for entertainment purposes only, and should not be considered financial or investment advice. Alright, pioneers, let's get started! Ever had that nagging question that just won't let you rest? That little voice in your head that keeps popping up no matter how many times you try to push it aside? Well, that's where I've been lately, caught in a tug of war with this one dilemma that's been haunting me for a while. So here's the deal. I've been part of the Pi Network since what feels like the dawn of time. I'm talking way back, pressing that mining button before it was cool. Over the years, I've racked up about 958 Pi coins. Not a bad haul, right? I've even brought in a few active referrals, boosting my mining rate like a pro. Yet here I am, scratching my head, wondering about one big question. How are we going to buy Pi coins? I mean, think about it. Someone could join tomorrow, breeze through KYC, migrate their account, and barely mine 10 coins before we hit the open mainnet. And what's stopping them from tossing a few bucks into the pot and snapping up more Pi than I've mined over 5 years? That just feels off, doesn't it? And here's where it gets even stickier. What's Pi going to be worth? Are the pioneers, the ones who've been here since day one, mining, promoting, and believing in the project, going to get the recognition we deserve? Or will someone waltz in with a $10 bill and outshine 5 years of effort? It's a scenario that feels as unfair as it is inevitable. The more I think about it, the more questions pile up. How does Pi Network plan to reward longtime pioneers like us? Shouldn't there be some kind of bonus or perk for those who've been grinding away since the beginning? Or is the value of our coins going to depend entirely on the people who come in later and pump money into the network? On the flip side, there's a silver lining if you squint hard enough. Sure, it stings to think that newcomers might snag a larger stash of Pi, but their cash infusion could be what gives our coins real value. Let's face it, Pi has been a free ride for us so far. A simple tap on an app, a little community building, and a lot of faith. But for Pi to thrive in the open mainnet, it needs liquidity. And that liquidity, it's going to come from people willing to invest cold hard cash. Still, the whole thing feels like a balancing act on a tightrope. On one side, you've got the pioneers who've been here since the start, expecting their loyalty to count for something. On the other, you've got the newcomers who'll fuel the ecosystem with their wallets. It's a tricky situation, and honestly, I don't envy the Pi Network team for having to figure it out. And then there's the skeptic in me. The voice that wonders if this imbalance could tarnish the network's reputation. Because let's be real, one of the loudest criticisms we hear is that Pi might not be as fair or groundbreaking as we hope. If longtime pioneers feel sidelined while latecomers thrive, it's bound to raise a few eyebrows. So where does that leave us? I don't have all the answers, and that's the truth. This isn't a neat little problem you can solve overnight, but I do believe in the potential of Pi Network, and I want to see it succeed, not just for me but for all of us who've put in the time and effort. As the Pi Network approaches the much-anticipated open mainnet launch, several crucial questions are coming to the forefront. The transition from a closed network to an open ecosystem presents a unique set of challenges that require careful planning and execution. Among these challenges is the question of how Pi Network will effectively bridge the gap between pioneers, those who joined and supported the project early on, and newcomers who are just beginning their journey with Pi. This balance will be vital to fostering a sense of inclusivity, while maintaining the foundational principles that have driven the network's growth. One of the most debated topics within the Pi community is the determination of a fair price for Pi. Setting a value that reflects the efforts of early contributors while remaining accessible to new users is a delicate process. This involves assessing various factors, such as the scarcity of mined Pi, the demand for its utility, and the overarching vision of Pi as a global cryptocurrency. A fair pricing mechanism must align with the network's goals, incentivizing both early adopters and new participants to engage actively in building a sustainable ecosystem. Equally important is the need to ensure that pioneers, the individuals who believed in the project from its inception, feel recognized and rewarded for their contributions. These early users have invested time and resources into mining Pi, promoting the network, and helping to build its community. Acknowledging their efforts through meaningful rewards or incentives will reinforce their loyalty and establish trust in the network's commitment to equitable growth. This recognition could take many forms, from exclusive benefits to higher mining rates for early contributors. Ultimately, the success of the open Mainnet will depend on how effectively Pi Network addresses these challenges while upholding its core mission of decentralization and inclusivity. By creating a transparent and equitable system, Pi can foster a thriving ecosystem where both pioneers and newcomers feel empowered to contribute. Striking this balance will not only ensure a smooth transition, but also lay a strong foundation for Pi Network's future as a transformative force in the cryptocurrency world. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Seriously, drop a comment, send a message, or just let me know what you think. If this dilemma has been on my mind, chances are it's crossed yours too. Let's hash it out together and figure out where we stand as pioneers. Here's to another year of pressing that button, staying curious and keeping the conversation alive. The journey's far from over, and I, for one, can't wait to see where it takes us. Stay tuned, keep mining, and let's talk about Pi Network like the future depends on it, because maybe it does. Wow, what a journey we've just taken together. Today, we explored one of the biggest debates in the Pi Network community: how to balance rewarding early pioneers while welcoming newcomers as we approach the open Mainnet. It's a delicate question with no easy answers, but it's a conversation we must have as the Pi Network evolves. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support fuels our passion for bringing you the latest Pi Network updates and discussions. Now let's keep the conversation going. What do you think is the fairest way for Pi Network to reward early pioneers versus late joiners? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you have any questions or contributions to add, feel free to share them as well. We're all in this together. Thank you for watching, pioneers. See you in the next video as we uncover more about the fascinating world of Pi Network. Until then, keep mining and stay curious. Let's shape the future together.